Look, ain't no need to fear. The Densky is here, and I'm finna save some of y'all. I won't be able to save everybody, but for those of you who watching this video, man, I'ma save y'all. But before I get into this, be sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, share the video with your people so they're not missing out. And I'ma get into the whole plan of what 2K finna do to a lot of y'all, bro. Every year it happens, right? Day one we get the game. We hop on the game. People don't have attributes, people don't have badges. They complain that they can't shoot, right? Later on, a little update, they boost the shooting, right? So people who made certain builds day one and they missing their shots, they go back into the builder and make a build with higher shooting attributes so that they can shoot on the game, right? And then later on in the year, 2K will tweak the shooting a bit more to make it easier for everybody to shoot. Now, if you play 2K25 today, right now, go in there and see how easy it is to shoot in that game. Everybody is making everything. Now, they got their badges, the game been tweaked. And that leads me to this point I'm finna make to y'all right now, bro, with the max plus ones and the max plus twos. I think that's a good addition to the game, but you have to understand this, bro. One of the biggest changes to the game this year is that they've removed RNG from shooting. The way the shooting is going to work, you're going to want to have the best attributes you can with the best badges you can to give you the biggest green window. It's simple as that. If you go out there with a lower 93, depending on how the shooting actually feels, and yeah, you might have Hall of Fame shooting badges, you might have a legend shooting badge, but that might not be enough for you. You know what I'm saying? To get that really, really big automatic green window, because understand that since the RNG is gone and we have a pure green window, in order for that to work on this game, that window has to be smaller to make the game and make attributes truly matter. And the shooters with higher attributes have to stand out in comparison to the ones in the 80s. If you have a 99 three-pointer, you should be light years better than the shooter with a 90 three-pointer, even though they might have Hall of Fame or Legend badges, because all of that is in the code and algorithm to determine if you can make a shot and determine your green window. The goal of the game when it comes to shooting is you want to have the biggest green window possible. And how do you do that? Highest attributes, highest badges. Now, about the max plus one and max plus two badges, one thing you need to understand, if you don't already know this, is those will reset each season. I'm expecting you to be able to unlock those similar to the in 2K25, where you unlock those through your season rewards. And if that's the case, unless you're spending money to buy the season pass off rip every season to automatically get those, then you may be wanting to build your build with your build specialization max plus one, max plus two badges in mind only, because the other ones are just a plus that you're gonna have to unlock. And me personally, I'm gonna tell you from experience, I think getting the max plus ones, max plus two badges through the season is good. I personally don't buy the season pass, so I have to grind it, but I don't like having my shooting depending on me getting those badges throughout the season. So I'm gonna definitely focus on the build specialization, get those for my shooting, and then go from there. But don't think that just because you got certain badges that your attributes don't matter, because they will. They will. And when you lose those and you back to gold, you're going to be back in the builder trying to figure out, like, maybe I should have just went higher on my attributes. Maybe I should have went higher on my shooting. I know some of y'all going to be trying to be greedy and trying to save points in certain places, but it might make more sense for you. Keep in mind, it's so many seasons of 2K to go through, so you're going to have to unlock those badges every season, which means you got to play the game every season to get those. And if those max plus twos come at level 30 at the end of the season, at the end of your grind, depending on how much you play the game, you know, some of y'all might play it enough and knock it out quick, but sometimes in certain seasons you might not have enough time to get to level 30, or however that system might work. But I'm assuming it's going to be another level 40 system. I just want to keep y'all posted so that when y'all making y'all builds, y'all think about this stuff. Don't fall for the trap, bro, of just thinking, oh, I'm going to just have these mid attributes and a legend badge, or these mid attributes and a Hall of Fame badge, and think it's going to be gravy, because it's not, bro. I'm telling you, they setting you up. They setting y'all up right now for the kill. And I'm not going to fall for that, because I know how the game works. I know how to make a build day one. It's a difference between people who know how to make a day one build and then people who can do some research and see how people are making builds and then build off of that. I'm telling you that I know how to make a day one build on this game, bro. It's not hard to make a good build day one. You just can't be slacking. You just can't make a build that's slack in certain attributes. Can it be better as the year goes on and we figure out more things? Yes, bro. But you shouldn't be destroying your first build by just doing stuff that don't even really make sense because you don't know how the game is going to actually play. But you will know one thing's for certain, two things for sure. If you have high attributes and you have high badges, you will be good in that category, whether it's shooting, finishing, rebounding, defense. You will be all right in that category, or as good as it allows you to be, right? You know, some might be more overpowered than others. For example, meter dunking could be overpowered. Layups could be overpowered. That stuff time will tell. But shooting is going to be shooting every year. That's going to be shooting every single year, bro. And then another thing that you really want to pay attention to, right, is even with your max plus ones, your max plus twos, it works in tiers, right? So you get a max plus one for your tier one and a tier two, and you get a max plus two for a tier one and a tier two. So if those badges don't fall in those tiers, which they should, I believe, then you won't be able to upgrade them. But I do believe that all your badges should fall in one of those tiers. Now the cap breakers, they're not tricky, and you should make them with your build in mind, but you need to understand that you're not going to have them off rip, bro. You know, it's going to come three ways. The build specialization, I think you'll get two from there. So, for example, if you have a 95-3, a 93, that'll be two. That gets you from 90 to 92, 95 to 97, 97 to 99. You get one at the end of the season, probably. I'm assuming it will work the same. So that'll be 3 season 1 if it's that way. And you're able to get the build specializations faster. And then you'll probably get 5 at certain levels of your different rep rewards. That's how I would expect. But expecting to get one every season is going to keep you playing the game. And I wouldn't fully, like, your build needs to be solid without the cap breakers. Like, it still needs to be good without it, and the cap breakers should just enhance it. You should not depend completely on cap breakers and completely on max plus one, max plus two in your badges. I'm trying to tell you that is not a good idea. Now, when you get to maybe your second build and you have already unlocked a lot of these cap breakers, it's a different story, bro, because you're going to already have them available to make your build and put them on there immediately. So that's a different. But right now, what I'm saying is, man, you need to come out there with a good build so this build will last you multiple seasons and throughout the year. These builds gonna cost y'all a lot of VC, bro. And like me personally, and with me, I'm gonna show y'all how to get VC, but off rip day one at this point, I just be having to buy the VC because it just takes too long to grind out the VC by playing the game. Now if it's a banger, I'll definitely show y'all that, but you know, I'm just keeping it a stack with y'all, bro. I'm trying to save y'all, bro. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to save y'all from y'all own demise, man. Like, understand, bro, this game is about making y'all make as many builds as possible. That's what this game is about, bro. Make y'all make as many builds as possible. Make y'all spend as much money on this game to make as many builds. But y'all gotta get out of y'all own way, and y'all gotta expand y'all way of thinking when it comes to making these builds, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't be so narrow-minded. You know what I mean? Like, understand, bro. You gotta have speed on the game. Some things are just simple. You have to have speed. You know, for your respective build size. You know what I mean? Obviously, you can't be the fastest as a center, but you need some speed. You know. Understand, you will need some perimeter. Most of us are going to need some perimeter out there, because if people like me come out there with them legend shooting badges, and you guarding those quick point guards, those quick 6'6" builds that want to go lightning launch on their badges, cool. But understand this, bro. If you are 6'6" shooting guard, right, and you have gold lightning launch, and they take that away from you because the season is over with, and you don't have your build specialization and playmaking to keep that, then every season you're going to have to keep going back and have to grind back up to that level to have the same type of player to get that same boost, bro. So they basically space jamming your powers away at the beginning of every season, bro. And if you want to spend money to get them, that's cool. You can do that. But me personally, you need to have a build that's okay without it. Now, once I get in a builder, bro, I'll be able to share with y'all and craft up how to make a good guard. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not hard. It's not hard to do. It's really not, bro. There is a such thing in this game as an optimal height for each position. Last year, for the point guards, the optimal height was around 6'3". You could go 6'2" if you want to be smaller. You could be around 6'4", but that was the optimal height. The optimal height was around 6'2", 6'3". For shooting guards this year, it's looking like the optimal height will be around 6'6", 6'5". The optimal height for power forwards and small forwards could vary depending on your style of playing, depending on your build. And the optimal height for centers is usually around 6'10" to 7 foot. I don't think the optimal height for a center is going to be 7'4". Just too slow. you know. And once you get in the builder, once I get in the builder and I can see I'm getting this many attributes for making my build this size, this is the build, this is the most optimal build for me to make the best player that I can make for my style of play. That's how I look at it. I look at it logistically. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody does, but anyways, man. I hope that y'all take this video seriously. You know what I mean? And I hope that y'all enjoyed it. I hope y'all learned something. But y'all be sure to drop a like, subscribe if you new. I'm here with y'all all year, bro. So, you know, tap in, man. Until next time, Densky out.